Thank you, everyone, for joining us in today for My Understanding, the podcast where I'm just here trying to find the truth behind a lot of the trends and things that you'll see on social media throughout these days. It's also just a great place where I can meet people and learn more about, aspects of life that I don't always understand. So today we actually have one of my really good friends, Zara, and coworkers. She's a fantastic coach at Lifetime, doing amazing things. Um, and we're going to be actually going over kind of what it's like to be a mom, going through pregnancy, postpartum, and just what you have to expect out of it or what you can expect out of it. And then kind of her journey going through this all as well. So, Zara, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited. It's always fun to talk about motherhood, pregnancy, and fitness because that's such a big part of my life. So when you invited me, I can't say no to that.
Well, I'm very grateful then. I'm looking forward to this one.
Me too. This is my first podcast.
Well, welcome. So one thing that I think I did forget to kind of mention is you've been a trainer or coaching for you. I believe you had said around 11 years, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is nothing new to you. You've been doing this
Yes.
for a long time, so
Yeah.
that's incredible. One thing that I'm so fascinated by is honestly just how you have managed to kind of keep yourself in such good shape over the years. You've been through a lot. A lot has happened.
hmm
What would you say like has been either the biggest struggles and what has been like your journey navigating your work as just a fitness professional while going through
Yeah.
your pregnancies?
Totally. I mean, my biggest thing was, you know, I didn't know I was gonna have three babies. You just take it, you take it year by year and month by month. But it's just not giving up on yourself and your own entity. I'm obviously a mom. I'm a wife. I'm a coach, but I'm passionate about fitness and movement, and I never wanted that to not be a part of my life. I have an 8-year old, a 7-year old, and a 4-year old. And I will say, that first pregnancy was almost like a shock. You know what I mean? I didn't even know like what
Yeah.
to expect because obviously first time I was 26 years old. Used to working out every day, lifting, like
Yeah.
I'm not on
Just going
anyone's
hard all the
schedule. Like I
time.
had puppies, but as long as they were good. But it was just, it's always making sure you find yourself, not losing that. And fitness and movement and community and people are just a big part of my life.
Yeah.
So I knew when I was pregnant with my son, my first son, because I have 3 boys, and I didn't know I would have 3 boys either. So, but
I'm sure that's a challenge
it was,
of itself.
it was like, I'm blessed to work at, I work at Lifetime. I've been there for 10 years to have the support of Lifetime and, team members just like you to motivate me through movement, staying healthy. But it's just giving your body grace too, because it is, it's a traumatic experience.
That's valid.
Especially if you're an athlete. Like I've always been a competitive water polo player, swim team. That's why I kind of ended up in this industry because I couldn't stop. No matter what, my college degree is not fitness based, but like I couldn't stop. Like I couldn't stop my like wanting more knowledge and wanting to lift and wanting to learn the why and the power and so forth. So like never letting that dim, even though I was on like a new journey and a new path. And my time is not as open as it used to be. Like I can't live for 2 hours a day, but I think as a mom and a mother or any parent, you just have to find that time, that time to take 30 minutes. And it's a journey.
Yeah, your life definitely
You
changes.
shock yourself mentally and physically.
Well, I gotta say you're crushing it. I mean, I think you're completely right on the sense of like it's a very big mindset thing.
Yes.
Like it was nice because you kind of you've come from doing a lot of sports, and so your body and mind were already in that spot of like I just want to keep going.
Yes.
But I think one thing that you said that stuck out to me was like you kind of almost have to love doing it and want to learn and just keep growing.
Yeah.
Because I think you're right. You're never gonna know how to deal with something like this.
Exactly.
Like the one thing that I always hear is you can never be fully prepared for this.
Yes. And I will say, I mean, gosh, my oldest is 8, he's turning 9 soon, but just even the world has evolved so much for pregnancy and postpartum that there's so much more knowledge now than there was even 8 years ago on how to train wisely. And my experience is I'm so honored to be in front of people every day. And of course I have mommies in my class and it's just, it fuels my fire to support them and
Yeah.
make sure they're safe, and the things that I learned, and maybe the little hacks of, you know, like how to keep moving, or you make sure a bathroom's nearby, you know, if you're on a treadmill.
Yes.
But yeah, it's community too. I think, you know, I'm lucky that I show up to that workplace, but for my members too, it's finding support from other women or teammates. And that's huge. Like,
Yeah.
you might be struggling some days with your fire to want to show up, but if you know, like, your friend's there,
Yeah.
and you can get those steps, it could just be as simple as getting steps in,
Yeah.
you know, especially depending where you are, how you're feeling, and not to put pressure on yourself to be a certain pregnancy or a certain pregnant person.
Yeah.
You know, like, you have no idea how your body's going to react or how your pregnancy is going to be or how you're going to feel. So it's giving grace to yourself is huge. But yeah,
that's a big one.
I know.
I agree. That's a big one. I mean,
totally. Like,
just even looking from like an outside perspective, I will say that's something I try and tell all my clients, just as a general rule of thumb.
Yeah.
Like, this is a journey. It's not like a sprint. So don't expect everything to go as smooth as you want it to be.
Exactly.
And I can only imagine how much more complicated, you know, going through pregnancy can be. So
yes,
I agree. I think it really is one of those things. Just do your best.
Yes.
And the more people you have around you to support you, the better it's going to go.
And the more real people, like people physically in front of you, that are there with you. Because, you know, even in this day and age, I don't even think Instagram was that big when I was pregnant with my first son. Like, you see all these influencers and, you know, their pregnancies, or you have these expectations, and it's like, in this time, everyone's different. And we have to have a community of people, real life people, that are going to support you and build you up, because you can't be looking on Instagram and strolling through and it's not realistic. Yeah. And, you know, I think that's a big, as women, can be very toxic for us. And like, where you're at in your pregnancy, you don't need toxic. Mm-hmm. You need positivity. You need healthy mindset. You need sleep. You need food. And you need to gain weight. Yeah. And that's hard too, because you're building something. Yeah. And, you know, I mean, I'm more of an athletic body type, and I always have been. And, you know, I'm not even scared to say, like, I'm a solid 150 to 155. If I'm ever below 150, it's like, what's going on? But it's I couldn't tell you on my one hand if I've ever been below 150. But I was 210 pounds when I gave birth to my third child. Yeah. And that's a lot of...
That's a big gain.
That's a big gain. And I was an active person. Mm-hmm. Teaching classes, already have 2 babies, have 2 big dogs. I'm moving my body. I'm working out. But like, that was my body. That is what it needed. I had a healthy pregnancy. I gave birth to a healthy baby number 3. And then just keep moving throughout that. And you know, now you'll never be the same, but like, you find yourself again. Yeah. And you find your fitness level and you're always striving for more. But yeah, I love telling people that, because it's a lot. It's like, oh my God, I remember I got induced. I remember I stepped on the scale and they're like, okay, 210. I was like,
I'm sorry, what?
Can we say that again? The 210. But I mean, like I told you, I'll send you, you know, pictures. Was my healthy body type pregnancy. That's, you know, what my body wanted. All my pregnancy were fairly the same too. But yeah.
That's incredible. Okay.
I like that, because it's like, we need transparency, you know, and some 100%. Women are going to gain 25 pounds, and that's great. Yeah. And some women are 30, and some people, you know, could be even less, but you need to give grace and find your body and what you need and the sleep you need, and communicate to your partner too. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that is a big one, is just giving yourself grace, and that transparency and communication, I think, go a long way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Totally. So I guess one question then kind of be, after, you know, you've had your 3 pregnancies, is there anything that you would go back and do differently, or that maybe like even you kind of just wish you knew back in your first one?
I think with my first one, I pretty much knew I could do everything that I was training before, but still, it's your first baby and you're a little nervous, you know, you're building something inside you. I think I pulled back I thought like, oh, I can't lay on my back. Gotcha. At, you know, 15 weeks pregnant or something. You're like, so now that I know, and I've gone through it so many times, I wish I could have gone back and kept doing some of the same movements I had been doing.
Gotcha.
Because now I know, and throughout the education that's coming out, that it's okay to continue the training that you have been doing. So my second, third pregnancy, I kept going with pretty much all my same movements, just as things develop and get bigger, or you can't get off the ground as easily, you make adjustments. But I wish I could have sat down that Zarah and been like, it's okay. It's the body is strong, and you can lay down on the bench.
It's okay to take a little.
I remember inclining the studio benches in barbell class and be like, I can't lay on my back. I was definitely at that stage I could have, but yeah.
But at the same time,
you gotta
have that grace,
and you gotta do what makes you feel safe.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? If you don't feel safe, then don't do it.
Yeah.
Because it is a very important phase of life, and
bringing a whole new life into the world.
Yeah.
So it's, you don't want to risk it when it's,
no.
it's most fragile.
Gosh. You obsess over it. You're laying in, you're at a certain point when they're moving, you're laying in bed kick right now. Are you still there?
Everything okay? Are we good?
I remember taking 10 pregnancy tests for my first baby and be like, no, these aren't probably accurate, are they? And everybody's like, no, you just need to take one. Yeah. You're fine. It's not going anywhere. You're pregnant right now.
This is happening. Okay.
Yeah, gosh, I remember going to CrossFit. I woke up, I took my test. I go to 7 a.m. CrossFit on Saturdays. It was my way to get away from Lifetime, for my own space, which is important. We all need our own, time. And it came out positive. And I woke up my husband. I rushed out the door. I was in complete shock. And we were back squatting. And I was like, I can't back squat. And my friend was like, put the barbell on your back. And that's where,
just do it.
And she was a mom before I was a mom. So that's what position I get to be in now too. Yeah. It's no, we're going to keep moving and so forth. But yeah.
I love that. I think that is really cool. It's nice that you kind of had somebody to almost try and push you.
Day one. Day one, I had my squad of women being like, nope, we're fine. And I remember taking it. It was in my gym bag. I was like, is this accurate? Yeah. My gym girls found out before my mom found out. Because they're like, that's right, community, and that's what everyone needs.
Yeah.
Your husband, your partner, you all need your own community, and they were right there for me. And that's what I am for anyone in my classes. If you're listening, bring those pregnancy tests. Show me.
She will love it. She will celebrate.
I will celebrate.
I love that. I think that is incredible.
Yes.
You really are just an inspiration. I see you in those classes, and people love taking them. You by far one of the most popular trainers in life.
Thank you.
People love it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So kind of a follow-up question that I have for you, going off of your community and just having all those people being there for you and having people push you. What would you say, what do you wish maybe more pregnant or postpartum moms knew just about fitness and maybe even nutrition a little bit as well?
Yeah. Depending on if you're in your pregnancy, obviously we kind of talked about that, making sure you're comfortable, safe, taking the time to strengthen your pelvic floor. That's huge. That wasn't even big when I was first pregnant. It wasn't as such a popular thing. And I'm sure you knew that if you're in the fitness industry. It's so important to take that time to strengthen that part of your body, doing dead bugs, doing hip bridges, and going slow. I want to remind people to go slow and activate your core, and, even taking that big breaths and pulling that baby up and under is so important. You want to engage your core so much throughout your pregnancy. And then with postpartum, everyone's going to be different depending on your delivery. It's trauma to your body. You're going through trauma, whether it's vaginal, whether it's, a C-section, just getting cleared from your doctor, feeling safe. And then it's not just jumping right back on that pony and sprinting on a treadmill.
Ease back in.
You got to ease back in, ladies, but come back. Yeah. But, we make adjustments, and that's what I'm honored with doing. I could tell you, I call them GTX babies because they grow through my classes. The mom, they'll tell me that I love when athletes, my watch is being annoying, so I'm going to put it down on the ground.
No worries at all. Totally good.
I'm leave me alone, people. And that's what's cool is I almost find out early because members want to tell me.
Yeah.
And then I get to support them. And I've got twins. 2 twin girls were just born. They're 4 months old. And that mom's back.
Yeah.
And she's, lifting. We make sure we make small tweaks because it's still not fully healed.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's take that time, communicate, do your research too, and really, and that's what personal trainers. I teach more classes, so I have 30 athletes at once, and of course that one-on-one interaction is important, but really taking that time to even take a further step
Yeah.
can speed up the process as well. Like meeting up with a trainer like you or any other fitness professional, especially if they're certified in pelvic floor strength and recovery, is only going to make everything
that much easier.
Yes, and that much healthier the next time if you choose to get pregnant again.
Yeah.
You want to be fully healed. And I feel like I got pregnant really quick after my first, and it was hard on my body because I wasn't fully healed, so it's that's really important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said, it is a lot of trauma. I mean,
It
you're having
is.
something really actually kind of tear up like your insides.
Absolutely.
And it's a very brutal and painful thing to go through. Not
Absolutely.
Speaking from experience, obviously, but just like looking at the science and everything.
Totally.
It is, it's not a pleasant thing.
It's miraculous that our bodies are capable of that.
100%.
But it's trauma. It's hard on your body. And, depending if you're breastfeeding or not, it's really, really important that you keep eating.
Yeah.
Your hunger is going to increase. You want to get those healthy calories in. You might crave sugar. It doesn't mean don't have one of those Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah.
But you need to make sure you have a plate of some protein, some healthy fats, getting those carbs in so your energy stays, because you're going to be sleeping off and on.
Yeah.
And, your sleep cycle is going to be off.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours, depending on your baby, 2-hour increments, 4-hour increments. So having a partner, making sure you're setting yourself up success with like snacks. Snacks are so important. You
gotta have snacks.
Biggest advice to all the daddies out there. If your wife is on the couch breastfeeding or bottle feeding or is in what we call like a nap trap where, the baby's just napping, bring her a plate. Easy finger snacks. Yep. Even if you just like roll up some sandwich meat with some cheese in the middle or something, they cut off some apples so you get the sweetness from the apple, but the protein and the fat from the meat. They need it. We need it.
I love that. Okay, so this might be a personal question.
No, I love personal. So
what would you say if you remember? What was probably one of like the weirdest cravings that you had back when you were pregnant?
I'm a big pickle person.
Okay.
All right. And in general, it's so funny. Even my 3 boys, we all love pickles.
Yeah.
So I loved my pickles, so plenty of jars. And then I liked Otter Pops.
Oh,
so like I could bounce. I could do a pickle, an Otter Pop, a pickle, and an Otter Pop, and I could like live off that. And I don't want anyone to judge me, and don't think I'm a slob or anything. But on the side of my bed, I would wake up, and this was during pregnancy, with like Otter Pop wrappers on the ground. I would just like lay and be like Otter Pop.
I love that.
But it's so funny because you get that same like almost like your husband or your partner, they get the sympathy cravings too. Like then like we're both downing bags of Otter Pops. So, but that was important too, where we still had to make dinner. Yeah. Even though Mama wanted pickles, I needed to eat meat or I needed to get that protein in me. And I wanted to maintain us, and I knew this even with my first pregnancy and possibly from being in the industry, I wanted muscle mass. So I didn't want to lose my muscle mass as I was not getting to train as much or didn't have the right craving. So always being aware of that is I wanted to maintain as much muscle as I could and then come back and figure that out. If I figure out that process. And toast. Sometimes I would lay in bed. I don't know. And maybe if you have comments, someone can sound off on the comments, but I physically with my first could not get out of bed. Okay. I would just feel nauseous and I'd be like, toast, toast, give me toast. So a piece of toast, but then what could you put on top of the toast?
Yeah.
I could put an egg on top of it. So, or an avocado.
That's great. Yeah.
So like finding your cravings.
Yeah. And finding like small little tricks to add just a little bit of protein.
Just a little bit of protein. Even though really deep inside I just wanted toast.
Yes.
Toast, Otter Pops, and pickles.
So then I'm curious. So both a question and kind of like
Yeah.
a curiosity. What do you think like spouses or significant others could learn or take away that would help their significant other who is pregnant throughout the journey?
I think when it comes to the fitness side, is support their movement, but don't harass them if they don't feel like doing that workout that day.
Got it.
You know, you have to realize
there's a balance.
There's a balance, and you're not the one going through what that person is feeling. But to find that sweet way to be like, hey, babe, I'm going to the gym. Do you want to walk on the treadmill with me? And that was a big thing my husband did, is he almost adjusted his workouts to be with me, where it was, okay, babe, let's do a circuit together.
Yeah.
And he would do it with me. So,
oh, that's awesome.
And I think now looking back, it was more like, okay, we're going to the gym. But really, I think he was trying to help me stay motivated and keep moving my body, because he knows that's what I want. That's just not always how you feel.
Yeah.
You know, so you're tired and it feels so different. You're nauseous. Most of the time, once you start moving, you can actually feel better, which is so annoying to say. I feel like it's like the number one thing, like my water polo coach, female coach, so don't worry, it was like a male coach, tell me, but you're like, I just started my period. She's like, great, get in the water, swim some laps. And you're like, but once you start moving, it's what your body needs, and it needs movement. So even though you want to roll up in a ball sometimes, which is fine, get that heat pad. It was, I think, spouses, but on the non-fitness side for supporting your significant other, just shut your mouth sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't make the comment about the outfit every time. You know, we're gonna maybe it's the dead of summer, but I'm wearing a sweater. Don't have to say anything about it. I know I'm going to get hot. I feel different. My body's different, especially postpartum. Like I said, I'm more than happy to share. You can go on my Instagram. I have big bellies. Like, so sometimes after postpartum, you're like a deflated belly. Yeah. So it's like, you still have that belly. There's just no baby in anymore. So it's just, you know, you're like, layers were my friend. So I think my husband learned for sure by baby number 3 to like just let me go through my transformation and
kind of just take
because gosh, I just blessed you with 3 sons. Just don't say anything. Leave me alone.
Keep the mouth shut. Okay?
Keep it shut sometimes, men.
Yeah, I will say that's
and partner.
Yeah, even outside of like, you know, having children, I feel like that's one of those things that I'm learning as well, is like, okay, sometimes she just wants to be heard and doesn't need me to always try and come up with an answer.
Oh my gosh, that's marital advice, guys. Sometimes we actually don't want you to give us the good advice. We just want you to let us have that rant. And if your partner is having a bad day and they just need to come home and rant, sometimes you don't need to tell us actually what we should do.
Yes.
Actually, that wasn't that big of a deal. And I'm like, excuse you? That's a huge deal. I'm pissed. And he's like, okay. You just took all my fire away, babe. But I appreciate it when you do that too, babe, because I need it if you watch.
I would say like the one thing that I think, because we went to like counseling and stuff. And one thing that I was told is like, hey, if you're not sure if she wants like an answer or something, just ask her like, hey, do you want me to listen or do you want me to give you like an answer? Yes. And then it's great, because then it's like, cool. If she just wants you to listen, it's like you can literally just shut up and just
just absorb it. You know, give us love. Yes. I'm a big like lovey person, and I think you know that from work. I'm like, woo, woo, woo. Like I'm kind of like a happy-go-lucky. So sometimes I just need you to like give me a big hug. Yeah. And the same was during pregnancy, because sometimes, you know, how do you think I felt? I gained 50 pounds. Yeah. You know, like I'm a fitness coach. Like was very vulnerable for me, and it made me feel insecure. So sometimes I just needed him to give me a big fat hug when I was feeling insecure, and not say like, well, maybe you shouldn't have had that otter pop. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, which he did great. He's a great husband and dad, obviously. He sounds like it. Yeah. Our household is full of entertainment. So that's important. And communication is key throughout your pregnancy and throughout your fitness journey. Yeah. And how you feel. And I think that's really important. Yeah. That's my biggest takeaway. I think that's how I was successful. I would not be in the position I am at Lifetime. I would not be at the level of fitness, which I'm always striving to learn more and to get stronger. But if I didn't have the support from Joe, and he was there every step of the way, every push in the delivery room, every panic moment throughout that process, and then for the postpartum. And don't forget how important it is to do a little mini house workout. I think that was huge for me.
Yeah.
Where, once you're a baby, you can maybe put that baby down for a little bit. They're not feeding as often, or you're not trapped on the couch. I would just put my play mat down or buckle them in those cute little incline bouncers. And I had an Airdyne bike. We brought the Airdyne bike in the house so I could be inside with the baby. And I just do little banded circuits, nothing heavy, and just start to move just little by little. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And once again, always get the clearance from your doctor. And it comes to a certain point after numerous babies too. You can kind of feel when you're ready to move. Yeah. Yeah. And just little tiny things, starting that movement can be huge. It doesn't need to be an hour class, 20 minutes, 3 rounds, set it up a timer, 1 minute in this movement, 1 minute in that movement, walk on a treadmill for 2 minutes and then do it again. Mm-hmm. And the baby usually can entertain itself. You might have to pick it up in between. I remember holding the baby on the Airdyne bike, just the legs moving. And I think that's why my kids are so into fitness. Yeah. Because they have been surrounded by it. And as a mother, I'm not only nurturing and caring for them and cooking dinner and taking them to sports, but I take time for myself and I move my body. I'm strong. And your children and your spouse, they see that and it makes them want to be that way. Yeah. So that's been a really cool postpartum. You're always postpartum. Now I'm just 4 years postpartum with my youngest, but they're all starting to move and wanting to be strong, and it's so cool that maybe that little energy of when mommy was working out and you're an infant, you could feel that, I don't know. Maybe that's just me being weird, but
no, I think that's.
I got 3 little mini athletes,
Well, and I've always heard that kids are always going to mimic what they see their parents do in the environment. So because your husband is also he does a lot of activities as well. So seeing that from both parents is definitely going to have a huge impact on kids.
And I think another thing too, as your child, goes from, newborn toddler to being more coherent and hearing what you say about yourself or your body or about what you're eating, they absorb that and they feel that too. So once again, it's giving yourself grace. It's making healthy plates. Yeah. But eating too, right? Mm-hmm. Showing example, mom can throw down a steak. My mom, and I tell them we're going to have protein every morning. I homeschool my kids. So a big part of my day is making sure they have a healthy plate. So they know right away, we're going to have hard-boiled eggs, maybe a piece of toast, and then we'll have some fruit. And they could do that on their own. And they even inspire their friends. One of my boys, awesome. The dugout, he's like, well, I eat protein every morning. So now that kid told his mom, I want to eat eggs in the morning because I want protein for my muscles. And I was like, yes.
There we go.
And she was like, thank you for getting my son to want to eat eggs in the morning. So being, I don't have daughters, but I know that's a big thing too, where it's speak positively about your body. Yes. And we all have phases, and we at Lifetime like to talk about the healthy way of life or your healthy way journey. Everyone's different, and it's going to be peaks and valleys. Sometimes it's going to be injuries, another pregnancy, and it's you start from square one. Yeah. And it's hard. So it's speaking positively and embracing where you are and knowing it's just that time too. You're not pregnant forever. Mm-hmm. So cherish it. Yeah. Move your body. Speak nicely about yourself. Get off Instagram. Yeah. And just, exude that positivity. So I think that's really important.
I love that. I think that is a great message. So
yeah. And I love when mothers of girls say that, where they're leading by example for their girls, because I think that's going to be a big tide of having everyone is so special and unique. Mm-hmm. And that's what's going to make, the women of the future so strong too, because they're going to see their traits, their body is so special. Yeah. And your pregnancy is so special. It's different. Your delivery, different. Yeah. What you choose to do, different. And that's great. Yeah. And that's what we need to preach too. Mm-hmm. So if I had a little girl, I'd be like, throw down that steak, girl.
Yes. Yeah. I love it.
I am not having any more children. So if anyone wanted me to answer that question,
that is all for that.
I will forever be postpartum from now on.
Well, so I'm curious then, out of all of like the things that you've learned over the years,
Yeah.
what would you say is like the biggest just game changer? Like you wish like, okay, this made a world of difference for me.
I will say as research has been coming out about training for your cycle and where you are in your menstruation cycle, how you can train differently.
Yeah.
And that's so cool because it's true. Like it's the woman's body is crazy complex.
Yeah.
So you're going to have high levels of estrogen. It's going to dip down.
Yeah.
You're going to have your menstruation. And during those weeks, there's strategies that you can do to get the most out of your training. Like when that estrogen's up, usually right after your period, you're going to start to build that estrogen level back up. Start to pick up the weights.
Yeah.
Start to focus on time under tension. Anyone that likes to dabble in HIIT training, those are really great weeks for that because you're going to be strong and you're going to have this like superwoman energy. And so when you have it, do it.
Yeah.
But when you don't, when you get to that, starting your cycle or starting menstruation and you start to dip down in your energy, low impact.
Yeah.
Even just cherishing steps, going to a low impact Pilates class, taking bar, swimming laps. Be graceful at that time because your body is communicating to you. Yeah. And I had no clue about that when I first started personal training. And I wish I knew more about that.
Yeah.
That's game changing. And anyone can definitely dabble in that research. It's out there. It's public.
Yeah.
Look for training for your cycle.
Yeah.
Like right now it's like, let's go pick up those weights, get into those hinging, get into the big presses, get into the big pulls.
Yeah.
And then maybe later in your cycle, go into the more of the accessory work, little pulses, triceps, stability work. And you will notice a big difference in your body transformation. So like utilize your energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a very interesting one because I've heard a lot about that.
Yeah.
I feel like those studies have been coming out a lot more recently.
Yes.
And that's a big one like with my wife because so she has like lupus, so she's already gotten autoimmune disease.
Yeah.
But then also having to try and get into working out and then having your cycle, it just throws it all off.
Yes.
And so it's been a very interesting journny for both of us to try and figure out, okay, what is a good like workout regimen for her?
Yeah.
And how can we
got to look into it
through it. So
you're going to start knowing him. He's going to be like on the computer tonight and like helping her like structure it out and be like, okay.
Yeah.
The best thing you do is download a period tracking app.
She does. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So track it, see how many days out you are, kind of game plan your training on that. And then, like I said, do those big muscle groups when you're in that nice spike. And then I would say I probably would have been less harsh on myself before even being a mother, when you're like, I just deadlift 200 something pounds last week.
Yeah.
Why can't I pull that weight today? It's because it's different. It's a different week. I'm at a different stage of my levels of energy and hormones.
Yeah.
It's huge. And then you give yourself, once again, I say, grace. Okay. So it's different training this week. I can already tell. You can immediately, and I know so many people you can feel it immediately. You're like, this weight's really heavy. You were just like throwing it up to the ceiling 7 days ago, but now it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a big one. I think a lot of people need to hear that as well as, you're just going to have weeks where you don't feel as strong as you used to.
Yeah.
And that's okay. It's not a permanent thing.
Nope.
Just understand that it's for that week.
And it's communication.
Yeah.
That your body's communicating to you for a reason.
Hey, take it a little easy.
Yeah. And when you have that like raw energy, use it.
Yeah.
Like get out there, get with a personal trainer, make sure you're lifting safe. I never recommend you go straight into heavy lifting unless you've had your form looked at.
Yeah.
Everyone has different range of motion. You might have to do first a test, what's your overhead squat look like and so forth. And as you are amazing with, so go see Jack and get that done so that you're safe. But once you know you're lifting, then your time under tension for women is so important. And the tides have turned with that too. Okay. It's not about cardio. It's not about being skinny, tiny. It's about being strong.
Yeah.
And I always want to preach that too. Like, I remember my son, my 7-year-old, I was probably wearing shorts like this going to work, and he looked at me and he's like, "Mom, you got thick legs." And I was like, "Thanks, babe."
Yeah.
Like, thank you. And I was like,
Yeah.
it's because I'm strong. Mom lifts.
Yeah.
That's why no one has to help me pick up the dog food bag. Oh,
There you go. Yeah.
Right?
You probably do that all the time too.
Yeah. Seriously, my God, 2 big dogs eat way too much food. But that was a compliment from my son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's seen my strength, strong.
Yeah.
So hopefully they like admire that
Yeah.
as they grow up. And
well, I'm sure they will too.
I hope so.
Again, they're seeing it all the time. So
it was like the joke of the day. I like taught all my classes. I was like, oh yeah, my son said I got thick legs, and I walked out of that house and I was proud.
Yeah.
You know, like yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome. Yeah,
sweet. I want strong legs.
Yeah. I feel like everyone should. That's a good thing to have.
And especially women, we need muscle.
Mm-hmm.
It's only gonna help us pick up our kids. God forbid something happens at the park. You know what I mean? I want to be able to swoop my kid up, take him wherever he needs to go. I always think about stuff like that. You want to be capable and strong.
Yeah.
And training throughout your cycle, eating your food as you can sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. Sleep
There is a die to self that you're going to do for a little while, or your sleep cycle is just going to, but it will eventually ramp up.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, I don't have any babies. They all are big boys. I'm a big co-sleeper though. So if any of my kids like come into my room, I'm like right there.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be men one day.
Yeah.
And you don't snuggle your mommy in bed when you're a grown man.
No.
So my husband gets so annoyed. He's like, why is a kid in the bed again? I'm like, because this is a phase of life. Just like your pregnancy is a phase. Cherish it because it's not always going to be there.
Yeah.
Your baby bump's not always going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Well, I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think that's a lot of great information. I appreciate the stories that you've been sharing.
Yeah.
I guess one final question then, just to kind of sum it all up. What would you say is like, out of everything we've talked about and things we've learned, what is just one takeaway for people today? Like, what would you say is a great way to just summarize?
I would say, even what I mentioned earlier, everyone's unique.
Yeah.
And everyone, and especially if you're one of those planning mommies where you're writing you're going to get pregnant at this age, you're going to have a natural birth, or you're only going to gain 25 pounds. I think you have to be flexible and just take it moment by moment and not put so much pressure on yourself throughout your entire journey, from beginning pregnancy, postpartum, to being a mother, to being a spouse. And just it's small victories that are going to matter the most.
Yeah.
So, finally realizing like, hey, I had my, Jack, you made your plate for your wife. She got to eat something, and she's not going to eventually figure out like she's just starving and depleted. Yeah. It's like I ate my protein. I went to bed. I got 20 minutes of movement in today. That's a small, big victory.
Yeah.
That all of that's going to add up.
Yes.
So doesn't need to be the big, I dropped 25 pounds in 4 months. No, you know what I mean? Your movement, it's knowing it's not always going to go the way you plan. Yeah. Not especially, I will say with even my deliveries, everyone was different. Yeah. How is that possible? I am the same person. It is the same father.
Yeah.
And every baby completely different. Mm-hmm. Every pregnancy fairly different. And then delivery is different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's, I don't know. You just breathe.
Yeah.
Just take this. Don't planners, please plan, because I know that makes you very, very happy. Yeah. And read all the books you want to read, but you have to realize it's not going to determine your path.
Yeah.
And that's the same with even if you're just on a weight loss journey. Mm-hmm. Your path is going to look so drastically different. And you know that as a coach or as a personal trainer. One client, they could all start at the same point, same fitness level, and every path is going to be different.
Yep.
But at the end goal are you getting stronger? Are you feeling healthier? Mm-hmm. And it all comes. Maybe it's in 2 years, maybe it's a year, maybe it's 5 years.
Yeah.
And that's the same with postpartum. It takes you 9 months to make that baby.
Yeah.
I am someone that takes over a year to get to my pre-pregnancy weight. Mm-hmm. It takes time. It's a slow burn, and I love it because I think it's cool that I get to be a fitness coach and share that. We need that. real honest. And I will send him pictures because you guys should see my baby bumps.
We will make sure to upload
Yeah,
them,
please.
which I appreciate you being willing to share. That's
Yeah,
a very big,
no, I
vulnerable
love
thing,
it.
So.
And I had a baby during 2020. That throws you for a loop too. You never know what the world's going to be like.
Yeah.
So it's just, you're amazing. You're amazing. We're all doing this life together.
Yes, we are.
And don't always comment about people's looks, right? Just let them be. Don't say it looks like twins. Don't even say you look like you're going to pop. Like, hold that comment back. Can we all just stop that? Let's break that now.
Keep that to ourselves.
Because she might not be ready to pop. Okay, it just looks that way. Fitness and worldly advice, people, please stop. And don't touch someone's belly unless they say yes.
There you go.
Ask permission.
That is, yeah. I'll be honest, that's a good one for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't do that, but that is one thing that I was not aware of.
Yeah, well, it could be so funny. You could be at the grocery. What's so funny is when you have multiples and then, you know, you got a big baby bump and you're in the, and they just women, or especially like older women, you know, not to like a category, but they'll just come up to your belly and be like, oh, you're ready to pop. And you're like, or I'm just 4 months and it's my third baby. And it's like, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, please leave now.
Thank you. Yeah. Can I have my belly back?
Yeah.
So let's stop doing that.
Yeah. Good food for thought then.
Yeah. So what about you guys? You guys want babies, right?
We do. Yeah. We're thinking we want to wait at least another year.
That's
before
cool.
we start trying, I would say.
Because how long have you been married?
We've been married for a little over 3.5 years.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so, and I will say that too, having a good relationship with your partner is going to make the biggest difference throughout your pregnancy, your delivery, and your whole learning how to be parents. Because if you kind of just jump in it really fast, which everyone has different journeys, it's hard because you're learning how to be a spouse and a parent at the same time. And it can kind of get like mixed up. And I mean, if I can be very honest, I kind of had like a shotgun wedding. I was 20 weeks pregnant when I got married to my husband. Yeah. So that was a lot. Like, we had been dating for 3 years, knew he was the one, just wasn't the one yet. So I always recommend that too. I could just make sure you do counseling, get all that communication in so that you can really cherish. Not that I didn't cherish my first pregnancy, but it was a lot. Yeah. It's a lot. Your body's transforming. I'm learning how to be a wife. So many big steps at once can cause a lot of stress too. Mm-hmm. So being very solidified in what you want, you know, and communicating, and that's going to be huge in the process. Yeah. I'll upload my wedding picture. There is a VIP guest in my pictures.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. This has been such a good time. It's been very, informative as well. I'm learning a lot here.
Yes.
And you're very easy to talk to. You make it, and you're so open. And so I think that is a very big comfort for a lot of people.
Transparency is key.
Yeah.
That's, and I will say, continued education. If you're in the fitness world and you're listening to this because you're gaining knowledge from Jack, it's how can I continue my education so you can evolve with the time? Yeah. 8 years ago, we weren't really talking about pelvic floor. There's so many certifications now you can do through NASM, conventions where they specifically train you on that and how to support your clients. Because you never know, you might train someone for 3 years and all of a sudden they're pregnant. Yeah. So then it's a different path for a trainer to take. I will say I'm through NASM for my PT, my CPT, and I just paid for new courses. Yeah. Because I want to be able, I'm like, gosh, I just had twin baby girls, from GTX. I've got another mama who just had a baby for the first time. And the more knowledge I can gain, the better coach I'm going to be. And no matter what, I'm a mom to 3 boys. There's so much out there, though, that I can learn to help women do even better than I did when I was pregnant. Yeah. And so that's continue to strive to want more and take those steps and listen to these podcasts. That's so important. And when you asked me to come on, I was like, I'm not a big science person, but I want to learn more and I want to share my stories. So yeah, I mean, I'm on the road for more education myself because I'm 30, I'll be 36 and it's never going to stop. Yeah. It's going to keep evolving. People are going to keep getting pregnant. People are going to keep having babies And the knowledge is just going to keep increasing.
Yeah.
Like, how can we make it less traumatic on our body?
Mm-hmm.
What strategies? Like I said, strengthening your core. That core breath is so important. I wish I would have known that. Maybe my bellies would have been a little bit more, my core would have stayed stronger postpartum. Because I felt like I got beat up hard, especially going back to back. My 2 sons are 1.5 years. So I was pregnant by the time my first was 9 months.
Okay.
So it was like,
Yeah.
what core?
Didn't get a chance
No,
to really help build that back up.
Yeah. So I think that's awesome. I think that's awesome you're doing this podcast.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, and continue. Yeah, we all need to continue to strive to learn more and be empathetic and supportive and find that ground of community.
I agree.
Yeah. Get into the mommy clubs. There's stroller clubs all over the place.
That is
you can look online. Maybe you don't have a gym membership, but you want to meet new mommies. Yeah. There's groups of moms. It's get your Bob stroller out and you go on walks and then you do little exercises next to the strollers. I love that.
That is amazing.
It's amazing, and it's out there.
I would not have known that was a thing.
And because we're at Lifetime, so it's like we're in this beautiful, but that's not always accessible.
Very true.
And depending how old your baby. I remember I couldn't get to the gym until my husband got home from work, or my baby was old enough to go in the childcare. There's so many things you can do still to get fresh air, meet new mommies, get transparency with each other, and then move.
Yeah.
And your baby wants to move too. So get outside, get vitamin D. Both of you are going to benefit from it. Everyone's going to be happier. You and baby will take such a nice nap.
Yeah.
Nap when the baby naps. Don't clean the house. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
The dishes will still be there when you wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my big feedback too. Even today, I've been up since 4. Tell you right now,
oh my goodness.
When I get home, I'm not folding laundry right away.
Yeah.
I'm going to give myself grace. So I'm going to sit down and go like this.
Take some deep breaths.
Take some deep breaths and let my kids go frolic in the backyard for a little bit.
I love it.
Yeah.
That sounds like a very wonderful day, honestly.
I agree. Thank you.
Well, you definitely deserve it. So.
Yes. It just took me 9 years to figure that out.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to give you guys shortcuts because I definitely thought with my first baby, the baby sleeping, I need to get the laundry done. I need to try to do dishes. I need to figure out, take a nap.
Yeah.
You need to sleep, eat some food. I'm sure your partner is not going to lose their mind if there's a couple dirty dishes in this sink. Yes. And if they do, it's not nice.
Well, you guys heard it here first.
Yeah.
Zara's here just full of wisdom and information. So if you know her, go feel free to talk to her. She's an open book. She's so sweet, nice.
Find me on Instagram. Send me messages.
Yeah, we will post that as well.
Yes.
So that way you guys know exactly where to find her. But yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in today. We really appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Send this to somebody. Share something. Leave a comment. We try to look at all of it so that way we can continue to do more episodes on things that you guys enjoyed listening to or watching even. And we try to make it entertaining for you.
It's totally fun.
Yeah, so we enjoy it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys next time.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for coming.
Yay.